Carlson, your round one winner for Fwm Whelen Modified Tour.
Except consistent. He's been Mr. Consistent here tonight. He's going to come out of turn number 4 to get a back-to-back win. Took the lead away, took an excellent pit strategy. He's going to win in the race number 3 at Langley.
For Nicholas Mole, Hunter Carlson, your new top 3 after the big incident, selecting all 3 of your leaders. And the checkered flag will wave. This race has been called early. And he comes and rounds his way through 3 and 4. And he's going to win on debut in the 4-wide Motorsports 4-wide Tour.
Nice hair.
Well, here we are, race fans, back for another race here for the 4-wide modified Motorsports Whelen Tour and Whelen Modified Tour, and it is going to be great. We got a picture here. Emmett Crow is with me. We couldn't quite get his camera working, so he's with me in picture form. I'm glad to be sat alongside him here in the broadcast tonight, as well as our pit reporter, Jonathan Sessoms, and thanks to our producer, Cody Deemers, a.k.a. Rooster. Glad to have all of these excellent people with me in the booth tonight to call the race here at Southern National, race number 6 of this Whelen Modified Tour, and the points are getting hot for these drivers, and it's been exciting to see so far. We had Alan Zelstra win out last time, and we've had a few drivers. We had quite a lot happen last time we were out, and so a lot of drivers have been up and over and all around, and some of them finishing first and some of them finishing last. And Emmett, we've had quite the ups and downs.
Yeah, we definitely have. And we think back last week, Austin Pack making his debut and just dominated that race at it was at Nashville. So yeah, great racing. And I'm looking forward to this, Scott, to the Project 86 125. Whatever it is.
Yeah, this is the Studio 86
Studio
125 here at Southern National. And again, it's race number 6 of 8. So 3 races left until we will crown a champion here for this 4-wide Motorsports Whelen Modified Tour. Currently, Kyle Dumas at the top of the charts in qualifying, but who sits atop the charts here in the point standings? That is Hunter Carlson, 2-time winner. He opened this series with 2 wins. He's had solid finishes ever since. But Alan Zelstra is right there, Emmett. He's only 14 points back from Hunter Carlson, so he's really one of the big drivers in the fight. Then we've got Nicholas Moley there back in 3rd, as well as Robert Eversole and Wayne Cannon round out your top 5. They are all within 8 points of each other, as you'll see right here. So it's really a fight between Hunter Carlson and Zelstra. And then I think there's a possibility if Moley, Eversole, and Cannon can have good days, and maybe Carlson and Zelstra don't have as good days, them 3 might be able to catch up. But right now, it's really looking like a battle between Carlson and Zelstra.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like that. But I'm going to point out, look at Yogi Schlier in his rookie year here in iRacing, and finds himself, what is that, 6th, I believe I saw in points. So shout out to Yogi. But yeah, this point battle is really heating up. And we look back and Hunter dominated the first 2 races, but these other guys are showing them, hey, we want to be in this fight too. So yes, Scott, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, a lot of these drivers have been very consistent. Moley, Eversole, Cannon, been at every race. Not always having the greatest finishes, but just that consistency has put them within the top 5, like you said, with Yogi Schlier and Gerald Berlin, Daniel Jones, Kyle Dumas, and Tristan Thiese all in your top 10 and not having the greatest finishes all around. But again, that consistency has really helped them out. 65 degrees here, ambient temperature. Track temperature will be the same in 65 degrees. Track's a little cold, so it might be slick on the cold side. Normally we talk about it being slick when it's really hot. Well, it can also get slick when it gets really cold. You really want to see that track between 75 and about 85 is really optimum for most tracks like this. As we run, that will warm up though, Emmett.
Yeah, it definitely will. And as we get into the later this evening, when we get this race started, getting that rubber laid down, getting the heat in the tires, and man, it's gonna be for some made for some exciting racing. Jonathan, what do you think, man?
I think Southern National is going to produce some great racing. As I live about an hour now away. I used to live 20 minutes away from it. Now I live about an hour away from it, and it's always produced some great racing.
Yeah, I told Jonathan that I was so jealous that he lives so close to an amazing track like this. I was talking to Rooster saying this is a place I dream about racing at someday, and these drivers at least get to do it here tonight in the sim. I actually was putting down some laps in it, and I don't want to boost myself up because I don't have a big ego, but I was sixth in practice.
Well, I'm looking at it right here, Scott, and you're actually fifth. You actually put
Hey,
down a fifth, yeah, so with the 13:59. So yeah, you kind of
look,
downplayed yourself right there.
well, look. I am a broadcaster at heart, but I love racing in itself. That's where all my journey began, and I mean, I do officials all time in the week when I get time when I'm not broadcasting. But we're going to have an exciting one here tonight. I was talking to you, Emmett, and Jonathan about how excited I am about this track because it is so interesting the way this track is. It's very, I would say, traditional to the short track scene. You know, you got those banked corners, and obviously we have banked straightaways, but it's really a bottom dominant track, a big staple in grassroots short track racing, especially a staple for modifieds like these.
Yeah, you're definitely going to want to hug the bottom. In dirt racing, we call that bottom catfishing. But that's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to get those left side tires down to that bottom and just ride around these corners because that's where all the speed's going to be. And watch out for people to get some great runs off there.
Yeah, great runs can be made off that bottom line. You'll see as they run. The unofficial qualifying results as of now, Kyle Dumas sits atop the pole, and then it's Ryan Smith almost a tenth back. So Ryan Smith, a new driver here tonight. Then it's Tristan Thiese sitting 10th in points, but third on the charts in his number 89 machine. Austin Pack, winner from last week, sits in fourth. Fifth will be the winner from 2 weeks ago, Alan Zelstra. 6th and 7th will be Tucker Shirelicki and Nicholas Moley. 8th and 9th will be Tyler Allwart. And then the 86 of Terry J. Spainhour. 10th will be the 32 of Hunter Carlson, current points leader.
Yeah, 11th we find Joshua Tressler. 12th is going to be Austin Lucky Cansdale, followed by Bradley Young. Then it's going to be Eversole in 14th. Then Gerald Boleyn in 15th. Then Terry W. Spainhour in 16th, and Wayne Cannon in 17th, and Yogi Schlier in 18th.
And Daniel Jones not putting down a time in qualifying. Michelle was actually at top of the boards in practice. So we'll see if he just wants to try to start from the back and challenge himself, or if he just wanted to put down some laps. Daniel Jones has been consistent this season in making all of these races. He's currently 8th in points, 66 back from your leader of Hunter Carlson. And I think, Rooster, this is a great time to mention some of those races that we talked about that we have coming up here this week. I know we've got a benefit race here coming up this Friday. The Southern Family 92 will be this Friday, the 21st. The session will go up at 7 p.m. The entry fee is $10, and all those proceeds will go to the Southern Family going through a really, really difficult time that Rooster got to mention last week. It'll be 92 laps. It's going to be exciting in the modifieds. It will be here at Southern National. So if you love the racing tonight, well, we're going to have it again on Friday in this Southern Family 92. So please join, donate. It's for a good cause. And scan here to join our Elevated TV Discord. You want to know what's ever going on next, what we got upcoming here at Elevated TV? Well, you can figure out all the news from our Discord. So scan that QR code, and when it pops away, you can find it in the description of this race on YouTube. Again, race fans, we are glad to have you all here tonight as these drivers begin to grid up. Emmett, I got to ask you, what do you expect tonight? And Jonathan, I'm going to ask you the same thing.
Well, so what I'm expecting, Scott, is a lot of this is going to be some multi-groove racing. We're going to see if that high line will work, but as you were pointing out earlier when you went out for your run, there was a lot of marbles on the track, so that will make for some great racing for sure.
It's definitely going to play a factor. And Jonathan, I'll get back to you in just a moment. We'll go through our grid here for this Studio 86 125. Will be Kyle Dumas on the pole and new driver Ryan Smith in the 31 on the outside. Row number 2, it will be Tristan Thiese and Austin Pack. Row number 3 in 5th and 6th will be Alan Zelstra and Tucker Shirelicki. 7th and 8th will be your drivers of Nicholas Moley and Tyler Allwart. 9th and 10th, rounding out your top 10, will be Terry J. Spainhour and Hunter Carlson.
Yeah, the 11th's going to be Joshua Tressler lining up next to Austin Lucky Cansdale. And in 13th, it'll be Bradley Young lining up next to Robert Eversole. In row 8, that's where you're going to find Joe Berlin and Terry W. Spainhour. And in row 9, you're going to find Wayne Cannon, a couple FWM boys, Wayne Cannon and Yogi Schlier in 18th. Row 10 will be Daniel Michelle and Scott Scheif.
It's me!
Yeah, Daniel Jones.
Well, I can tell you, race fans, that sadly I will not be driving here tonight. I'll be up with you in the booth calling the action. Maybe one day here I'll get to call the action as a color and race as well. We'll have to see. But Kyle Dumas sitting on top of the pole right now. And Dumas has been in and out. He joined us when we went to Langley for the 3rd race. He dominated at Langley and won there. Ever since, he's had solid finishes, but not joining up in those first 2 races has really hurt him in terms of the championship. I think he's too far back. Actually, you know what? I have no idea, Emmett, because I'm not going to lie to y'all, race fans. I have no idea how they're calculating these points. I really wish I did. And so this is me guessing on how far back is really far. And so I'm going to say Kyle Dumas sitting in 9th, 71 points back is pretty far. But, you know, I'm going to do my best to next week to see how these points are being calculated. And we'll have a more accurate form for next weekend. So, Jonathan, I'll get back to you. What do you expect out of this race, especially when it comes to pit strategy?
You're going to see most of them going to want 4 tires because this track right here eats tires quick.
Well, Jonathan would know it best. His hometown track. Green flag is away here for these front runners. Kyle Dumas down into turn number 1.
Yeah, down into turn number 1 as we get a good look at the pace car. Kyle Dumas will lead him. Oh, we got trouble! Trouble in the back of the field. I can't tell what it is, Scott, but it looked like we had, caution.
Yeah, trouble in the back of the field here. We'll take a look as it looks like Gerald Berlin involved on the back straightaway. He's got some heavy damage in that number 70 machine. He's going to have to limp that to pit road. Looks like he's got a broken left front.
Yeah, it looks, as we take a look, trying to get over there. Oh, dang.
We're having a bit of an overlay crash with our timing screens, so we'll get back to you on that in just a moment. I'm going to take a second to look back in the session and see what happened here, guys. I'm going to describe it to you as best I can. It looks like Gerald Berlin started in the back, and he's on the outside of Terry W. Spainhour. Spainhour goes high. Oh, yeah, it looks like W. Spainhour just got loose in a turn 1, way loose on the exit of turn number 2, and got into Gerald Berlin. And Berlin hard contact with the inside wall. That broke his left front, and Iracing has called him into the pit lane to fix that damage, and he currently sits on pit road. I think he's leaving right now, Jonathan.
Yeah, he's off pit road and got his got his one and final foot repair.
Yeah, they actually have 2 tonight here, so he used one of those 2 fast repairs they have available tonight. So Calamity early on here in the Studio 86, 125. And so trying to be lined up again is this field. Timing screen is freaking out right now, I can assure you. So not surprised that it crashed on Rooster's end. We'll get that back up to you. The green flag will fly yet again here. Kyle Dumas out front still.
Yeah, Kyle Dumas still out front. And as we see right here, we get a good bird's eye shot as Ryan Smith's going to drive it deep into the turn. And here they come to you, Scott.
Yeah, Smith way loose out there out of turn number 2. But here, Austin Pack trying to put the inside of Tristan Thiese at great momentum of turn number 4. Able to get the run there. No, Thiese is not going to be able to do it on the high line. He tries the crossover, but is not going to be able to make it work. So Austin Pack moves himself up into 3rd quickly in this race.
Yeah, Pack made a great move, and like we were talking about, that bottom line is going to be the line that you want to run here. But we'll see if Thiese can get, as he tried to use that high line, it just wouldn't work.
Yeah, looking along here with Nicholas Moley, like you said, Emmett, this high line just does not work. You might be able to create momentum through one corner, but it's likely if a driver gets inside of your left rear quarter panel, they are going to get around you unless there is contact. And so you see drivers fighting here in the back. This is Terry J. Spainhour going, that's Hunter Carlson that just went to the inside of Spainhour. So Hunter Carlson moves up into 9th after starting 10th in this race. Again, he is your current points leader, trying to get up near the front and solidify this championship lead.
Yeah, definitely, but you got to think about this. That was an aggressive move by Hunter. He's got to think about the big picture, though. I mean, he's got a championship on the line that he could get, but I love his aggressiveness. And yeah, they don't call it Yankee Chef for nothing.
A lot of laps to be run here tonight. 125 to be exactly. Complete lap number 9. This time a spinner on the front stretch. I think that was Zelstra. No, it's not Zelstra. Let's see. Oh, it's the 73 of Tyler Allwart. And so Allwart running in the top 10. I believe he was running in 6th. Spins off of turn number 4.
Yeah, it just looked like let's see if we can get a replay look at it. It just looked like he got a little loose. Yep, here we go. Here comes the replay. So as we see him going down into that turn, Scott, he tried to get low, and yeah, he just lost it right there.
Yeah, talk to me, Emmett, about how these cars are driving, because this SK Modified, it doesn't have as many horses as you would in the regular Tour mod. And so talk to me about how they're driving these corners.
Yeah, so you wouldn't drive it the way I think about, when you start out and you start out in the street stocks racing here, you don't want to feather that throttle into the corner because you'll spin out like that. And that's what these guys are doing. I think they're not getting all that into the turns, and they're just trying to get it just a little bit, get it slowed down just a little bit, but he wasn't able to.
Yeah, you just want to be lightly on those brakes on the entry to the corner, get off of them as soon as possible, roll the center for, half a second, maybe even less, and then you're going to get on the gas. But it looks like there that the 73 of Tyler Allwart was on the gas just a little bit too early, lost the rears, and it's really difficult once you start to lose this car, especially at a track like this, and to be able to save it.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult, and I think back to you're talking about iRacing and stuff. I think back to my driving career. This is one of the first tracks you go to, and yeah, if you get wrong on that coming off that corner, if you get too much in the gas, you'll spin it out.
You do. Green flag is away here. Lap number 11. Austin Pack moving through as we got a caution in the backfield. Big Calamity out into turn number 2. Austin Pack was trying to battle for second there, but Calamity in the backfield. Looks like Daniel Jones is involved. Gerald Berlin is involved again. Allwart was there in the crash. That was a big moment in turn number 2. Looks like it might have started here. Yeah, it looks like it started with Terry W. Spainhour again. Yep. Yep, Terry W. Spainhour, heavy contact into the 089, which I believe. Don't worry, race fans, we're going to have an overlay change here. So our producer, Cody Deemers, is working out all of these bugs. So we're sorry that we can't quite give you a specific replay, but I'm going to try to break it down the best I can. It looks like Terry W. Spainhour into turn number 1 got heavy into off the brakes and got into Bradley Young. That spun Bradley Young off into turn number 1, and then the rest of the field behind them, Wayne Cannon, let's see, Gerald Berlin, and Daniel Jones were unable to avoid the contact. So Berlin, Emmett involved in the second one.
Yeah. All right, so we're being told that we are getting a replay here. Here we go, right here. Maybe.
Don't worry, we're getting there. But drivers pacing the field, and I promised you I described that incident the best that we can, but we're trying to get everything going here. ATVO not quite cooperating, had to switch over to SDK. The green flag will fly for the 3rd time here tonight. It's Kyle Dumas and Riley Smith, but Austin Pack trying to get up into second.
Yeah, look at Pack. Look at Pack on the inside trying to make that move, and that's what I was talking about. But look at Smith, Scott, on the outside. He's making it run.
He's making it work, but for how much longer? He's getting loose off the exit of the corner there, trying to squeeze down the driver of Austin Pack, and he is going to make it work. Pack turns down to the corner, tries to get momentum, but still side by side into turn number 2. Can Riley Smith make it work on the outside?
Yeah, Ryan Smith looking good on that outside as they cut the lap machine of, I believe, Spainhour. But yeah, look at Smith on that outside using it. We've never seen that today. And we got caution, right? Oh, car's going up and over.
The SA loose out of turn number 4, overcorrects it hard into the outside wall. Contact after the caution. Wayne Cannon gets into him. But when the SA came up the track, Alan Zelstra had nowhere to go. Right before you were saying that, we saw that move. Riley Smith was able to use the lap car as a pick. But this is the replay of that caution. The SA gets way loose. Wow, those modifieds went high.
Yeah, I think back to last night, Brian Priest, how his car took off at the high banks at Daytona. That's what that kind of looked like. But yeah, crazy right there.
Yeah, wild stuff there. You saw if the SA just overcorrected. I'm going to check it out, and so do not worry. We're going to get this overlay mess fixed out for you. We apologize for the inconvenience if any of you are wondering how they run right now. My timing screen is freaking out as well, but I can tell you right now that it's Kyle Dumas, Riley Smith, Austin Pack, Tucker Shirelicki, and Nicholas Moley rounding out your top 5. Hunter Carlson has moved up from 10th on the start of this race up to 6th. Then it's Terry J. Spainhour, Austin Cansdale, and let's see, my timing screen's moving around again, and I gotta wait for it to settle down. I gotta tell you, race fans, it is freaking out here behind the scenes. It's Cansdale, Eversole, and Joshua Tretzler rounding out your top 10. Green flag will fly again. It's Dumas and Smith, but Austin Pack still trying to move forward.
Yeah, Pack trying to use that outside line, that inside line, but Ryan Smith too strong on that outside, and he's actually catching up to Dumas. Got that outside line. It might be coming to life.
I'm going to tell you, it is not. I don't think it's coming to life. I think Riley Smith just able to find a way to work that outside line. Earlier, we saw him use a lap car as a pick. That made him get around Austin Pack. But here you can see, after about a lap and a half, this bottom line just becomes inevitable. They are going to get by you, and Smith trying to get by, but still door-to-door, and he's going to go sideways. Pack is up in the air, right in front of the field. Caution is going to come out. Oh my gosh, they're up and over everywhere.
Oh
Austin Cansdale involved.
Yeah, it looks like the 46, 44 of Tucker Shirelli involved.
Yeah,
The whole
Shirelli there was, Shirelli was sitting in fourth, nowhere to go in that incident. So you saw Ryan Smith get loose off of turn number 4 right here, side by side in turn 3, tries to push it on the exit, gets loose, makes contact with Pack, and Shirelli had nowhere to go on the bottom. He skyrockets into the air. Then Cansdale, Hunter Carlson back in 6th and 7th. They had nowhere to go either.
Yeah, they didn't have anywhere to go, and just at the wrong place at the wrong time right there. As we take another look, we're going to get another shot, maybe. Yeah, here we go, right here.
Yeah, this is a shot from the speed cam.
Yeah, he just got loose right there, Scott. There was nowhere for Austin Cansdale. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, that's one thing about this track. You know, when you have an incident, there's not a lot of places that you can go. And when the field just gets bunched up like that, as we take a look from the flag stand, caution waves from Barney the flagman. And yeah, just another incident there of a driver getting loose at turn number 4, trying to push it on the exit. Dumas in that number 15 has been clean all day long, but I cannot say the same for drivers behind.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something interesting, Scott. So they told Dumas to lay off the pace car, you know, a couple of races back, but look, he's doing it again right here. So watch out.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I don't think that's their main concern at this moment. A lot of drivers up and around, and we'll try to go back here, green flag in just another lap or so. And so this will promote Nicholas Moley, who is running 3rd in the standings right now, promote him into 2nd on the grid. And so with only 20 laps complete here tonight, we'll try to rack him up and go for it again. So some drivers moving up, and next time we get through, we'll get a talk to Jonathan about all the pit road happenings that have been going on. But we're about to go green flag right now for the 5th time. We'll try it again.
Yeah, here comes Dumas, got a great launch. But look at Mo right there. Is it Moby or Mo? I can't remember.
Molly.
But Molly, that's right, Molly.
There,
Molly. There we go. Yeah. So he's trying to catch up, but Dumas just too good on that launch, and he's going to be able to pull away, Scott.
Yeah, Dumas trying to pull away, but Moley is right there, right behind, and he's got Terry J. Spainhour right on his back bumper. Terry J. Spainhour, a fast driver that we saw at Concord. As we see, it looks like Austin Pack off the pace there on the bottom lane, but Terry J. Spainhour was really fast at Concord before he had a big incident with some of the leaders, with Shirelli and others, that allowed Zelstra to get the win. But he looks like he's fast here at Southern National too.
Yeah, he's looking real fast. I've been watching him as he's hunting down, crap. Look, he's like, oh God. Molly, yeah, hunting down Molly. He's really pulled up next to, sorry, he's flipping it through the cameras and I'm trying to keep up with it. But yeah, as we see right here, Spainhour, he's using that bottom line, and that's causing Molly to go up to the high line. So that'll be interesting. Caution is out on the speedway, Scott.
Caution out here for the 10 of Terry W. Spainhour, and it looked like that was the 46. Gonna get you who that is in just a moment. That was Shirelli, it's the 44. So Terry W. Spainhour has another problem yet again, and Tucker Shirelli spins off the corner and right into that number 10. Oh yeah, almost identical incidents. The 10 spins off of turn 2, and so does the 44, and they happen to come together.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sounds good.
So they leaving the outside here right now for these wave rounds. So you'll see all these drivers get near the bottom. We've already got 3 cars a lap down. Austin Pack, Tristan Thiese, and Tucker Shirelli right now off the pace after some of their incidents they've been involved in. A lot of other drivers have been involved in incidents so far. Bradley Young, let's see, Alan Zelstra, Gerald Berlin, Ryan Smith, who else? Austin Cansdale and the 3 I just mentioned that are a lap down. So a lot of incidents happening here tonight, and I'll throw it down to you, Jonathan. What have we had going on this pit road? Fireman looking to talk to some drivers and get us our report on pit road. We'll get back to him. Green flag is away here. 26 laps completed so far, but the battle here is for second. It's Spainhour on Molly.
Yeah, Spainhour really on that back bumper, putting that pressure on Molly right here. And here he goes. He's going to try to make it to the outside. Inside, he can't do it. Molly, too good on that outside blind spot.
And that opens a door for Robert Eversole here in fourth, trying to take it away, but Spainhour takes evasive action, takes the high line to carry that momentum off, and he'll hold it for now. But Spainhour loose out of turn number 2, able to save it. He is definitely faster than Molly, but he's going to have to find a way to work around. We've said it before, and we'll say it again. It's so easy to catch a driver, but it's not as easy to make the pass. And so Spainhour here trying to make that work out for him. Meanwhile, Kyle Dumas continues to jump away and gap this field. 1.5 seconds, he's out to the lead.
Yeah, he's really pulled away, but Eversole gets loose. Eversole's into the well, I thought he got into the wall, but now we're looking at Spainhour is really catching up and trying to pass Molly right here. Good Lord, and now we have a caution.
Caution out yet again here. Looks like league owner of Wayne Cannon in that Hooters number 29 has a problem. He was running back right outside of the top 10 when he has a problem here. Yes, gets loose right onto the entry, gets down to the apron. Luckily, no damage, no contact with anyone else. I imagine that was an Iracing thrown caution. But so he just has a problem, spins on the entry. Sometimes when you get, we talked about it, Emmett, you're light on the brakes into the corner, but sometimes you might be carrying too much speed. You'll pump the brakes a little bit harder and it'll lock the rears.
Yeah, definitely. So what I'd like to do is, as these Europeans say, is trail brake. So like when you're going in the corner, and like these dirt racers do, you just barely get on the brake, just barely. Then you're hard on the gas coming into the throttle out of the turn.
Yeah, and it's really talking about you're going to have the most brake pressure applied at the beginning, slowly letting off to let that car roll the center as naturally as it can while keeping up the best momentum and speed. So we look along here with Kyle Dumas. We got a little bit of telemetry there. I love that we've got that. But Dumas, I don't even know if we need it for him. He has led every lap of this race so far and has been clean and green. The question is, can he keep it that way?
Yeah, that's going to be the question. But as we see right here, we're going to see as they go single file right here, and he's just been getting great launch speeds. You're good. What was that? Was that the pit road? Oh, nice.
Green flag coming out here again after our 5th caution stage. And so Kyle Dumas continues to lead. It's Nicholas Molly and then Terry J. Spainhour.
Yeah, Spainhour really trying to get up on Molly again, and he is still putting the pressure on. That Fast Angry Racing team, number 86, is really trying to get around that around Molly in the 248.
Molly, 248, 2 on the car. We look along here with Robert Eversole, and we're back to the front now. This is that battle that we've been talking about. Spainhour right to the back of Molly. Just cannot find a way to get around. You can clearly see that Spainhour is quicker, but Molly using that car to block again. You're going to have to go by, if you're going to go by a driver, it's going to be on the bottom. And if you can find a way to block that like Molly is doing right now, well then you might as well have the position.
Yeah, definitely. And Spainhour, just looking, and it'd be interesting to see if he puts the Fwm Whelen on the back bumper.
I wouldn't be surprised. Molly, driver out of Winston-Salem, as the caution flies. Daniel Jones and Wayne Cannon piles in down on the apron. So Daniel Jones had big, oh my gosh, the rest of the field comes through. He pulls down in front of the field, and Alan Zelstra gets involved too.
Yeah, it looked like, as we go back to the replay, it looks like Gerald Berlin was also involved in this.
Yeah, it looks like Gerald Berlin started it. Oh man, and somebody got a hit right there. Berlin spun in turn number 3, and then that was that big contact from Wayne Cannon. It had not slowed up for the caution. And then Daniel Jones works right down in front of the track, and all drivers try to avoid, but Zelstra gets the worst of it.
Yeah. God, I think our points leader, Hunter Carlson, Hunter Carlson hit Berlin, and Berlin got into, Ryan Smith, my bad.
Yeah, that was Ryan Smith that we saw there in that machine. But it does look kind of like Carlson's car. So Carlson staying lucky right there. Glad that it was not him. Look here, it looks like, oh yeah, Berlin might have gotten a little help there. Bit of a tap from Ryan Smith.
Yeah, and if I know Gerald Berlin, he is not going to be happy after this race. I can tell you that much. And
you see here is that damage for Cansdale. He was that driver that got into Daniel Jones down on the apron, and so a broken left front wheel. He'll have to bring it into the pit lane. Now, Jonathan, what have these drivers been saying down there? We've seen a lot of them come into the pit lane. I think Fireman is still talking to them. And so Kyle Dumas still commands this race out front. 38 laps complete, lights out on the pace car. We click over, this is lap number 38. Single file restarts have been implemented to try to eliminate some of these cautions. Hasn't quite worked out yet.
Yeah. Yeah, but here we go as Barney's waving the green flag, and now we're underway. Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself. Yeah, Dumas, another great launch on this restart, as he is just able, that car is just able to pull Waystone out of into turn 1 and out of corner X.
And just really commanding this field for Kyle Dumas. Then it's still Nicholas Moley, Terry J. Spainhour, Hunter Carlson, and Alan Zelstra rounding out your top 5. Eversole trying to break back into the top 10 as we got caution out yet again.
Yeah, and it looks to be, is that the third? I can't tell who it was.
Well, we're going to take a look. Don't worry, guys. We're going to find where this caution began. Oh, I'll tell you right now, Tristan Thiese into Terry W. Spainhour, and a lot of net code into this incident. A lot of net code, and Terry W. Spainhour just not having the night. He's caused a few incidents. He's gotten loose, and he's been involved here in this one. But I think, Emmett, that was a lot of net code.
Yeah, it definitely looked like a lot of net code right there. Tough break though for Spainhour. Yeah, he's just not having a good day, Scott. And we saw that last week with
that's the two different sides of this coin, because you've got Father Terry W. Spainhour having an abysmal day. You know, he's caused some incidents. He spun and he got involved right there. But then you've got Terry J. Spainhour. He's battling on the podium right now, battling for second against Nicholas Mole.
Yeah, TJ really is just trying to make Dad proud. And as we look up here now, I believe his teammate of Hunter Carlson is right there alongside of him. So they may team up on old Moley and Dumas and try to get a win for Fast Angry Racing.
Fast Angry Racing trying to get their first win of the season with Terry J. Spainhour, TJ Spainhour. So I'm going to start using that because that is less of a mouthful. Kyle Dumas continues out front this entire race, 40 laps complete. We come back under green once again. How long will we stay green?
Yeah, that is the question, Scott. We should have made a wager on how many cautions we were going to have in this race.
Hey, that'd have been a good one. I didn't expect this.
You know, I think what they heard us when we did get the cautions last week at Nashville, and they're giving them to us this week. Oh, Yogi got loose right there.
Yogi, big loose out of the corner right there. And so they're fighting back here. This is Wayne Cannon and Yogi Schleer battling for the 13th position. Wayne Cannon gets it on the inside. Yogi Schleer now stuck on the outside. Shireliki made his way through, and now Daniel Jones trying to make his way through. But Schleer cannot find the bottom. This is the 36 we're looking on with at this moment. That's Joshua Tressler running in the 7th position. And then current points leader, the number 32 of Hunter Carlson, continues to make his way up through this field. He's from 10th to 4th at the start of this race.
Yeah, but at this point, Scott, I think if you're Hunter Carlson, you might want to just ease up and just ride around right here, because the way this race is going, it's just, as we see TJ Spainhour finally make the pass from Mobley. Wow.
Spainhour finally gets around, able to get in front of Moley. So he moves himself up into second, and Moley now stuck on the outside. That is going to allow the freight train to come to the inside. Once you get on the outside and you cannot find a hole down, you will continue to lose spots. Moley will find a lane here. He goes from second all the way down to 5th.
Yeah, definitely, as we are seeing, the rubber has been put down on that inside line. And yeah, once you get out that outside line, it is like slicker than out snot out there. And yeah, like you said, there is no grip, and you're just going to fade.
Talk to me a bit about this tire wear, because we've seen 49 laps complete. Obviously, a lot of them under caution, so a lot of these drivers have fairly fresh tires. But do you think with these cautions that drivers are going to bring into the pit lane for tires tonight?
You know, I think it's going to be more about a fuel situation, if you think about it. Looking right now at our fuel window, you know, running around to these laps under caution and everything, and as we see the pit strategy right here, as Spainhour has jumped up 7 spots, and Carlson now moves into 8 spots. Carlson actually moves into second. Wow.
Yeah, Carlson getting around. Carlson gets around TJ Spainhour. He's sideways off the corner. That's going to allow TJ Spainhour to get that spot back. He's defending heavily against the 93 while the caution flies. And there goes Spainhour.
Yeah, it looks like Jared Berlin once again.
Spainhour spins after the caution, and it all started with the 70 of Berlin. He's fighting to the inside of Daniel Jones, and he goes high but just gets loose off of turn 2. A common theme that we have seen tonight. And then look right here, Spainhour gets loose after the caution.
Yeah, definitely got loose right there. And like I said, it's slicker than now snot if you get out of that rubber that you're running on that inside line, as we just saw Jared Berlin just lose it right there.
Yeah, a common theme that we've seen tonight, and such a hard break for TJ Spainhour there. But I think he's going to get his spot back, but I'm not sure yet. I'll keep you updated on that one, because he did spin after the caution flew, but it looks like he stopped down to the bottom, so I don't think he is going to be lucky enough to get that spot back.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, so that'll move his teammate and your points leader, Hunter Carlson, into the number 2 hole. Now, this is going to be interesting, Scott. What does Carlson have? Does he have something for Dumas that nobody has had today?
He might be one of the only drivers. We saw Austin Pack might have been one of those earlier, but is involved in a big incident. He is 3 laps down. Another driver that I've seen might also be able to challenge Dumas is Ryan Smith. He was involved in an incident earlier on. He's made his way back up to 5th. And so we'll take it one more lap around this time. But I think Hunter Carlson is one of those drivers to challenge.
Yeah, definitely. And we've seen Hunter Carlson, you know, if he gets out to the lead, is Dumas going to be able to contend with him in dirty air?
I think it's going to all depend on how their tires are feeling right now. How well have they saved under these cautions? Have they been running them hard under the green flag condition? I think Hunter Carlson will definitely have used more, because he started back in the 10th spot. Dumas has been in clean air all night long, hasn't had to run as hard as Carlson. Green flag is out again here for Dumas going into lap number 54.
Yeah, Dumas gets another great launch on the restart. We see a car, I believe that's Jared Berlin getting the wall a little bit. But Dumas is just scooting away once again, Scott.
Dumas scooting away, and the thing for Carlson is, long as he stays up near the front, as we see Eversole have a bit of a loose moment there, that will allow Ryan Smith to get to his back bumper. Meanwhile, Carlson high out of turn at number 4. Zelstra going to go down to the inside. This is the battle for second. Carlson trying to take the momentum on the top side. Zelstra trying to make it work on the bottom. And caution.
Yeah, Thiesse went around, Scott. I saw that when we were coming around, but also Austin Cansdale, not so lucky today, but yeah. Wow.
Cansdale not quite as lucky, and Thiesse also not having much of the luck. He got loose out of turn 4 earlier. Big hit to the outside wall and gets loose here again out of turn 2. Cansdale close on the bumper, nowhere to go, and I think they made contact there. I think that was, I want to say, yep, I thought it was. It was Spainhour that they made contact with. Oh, goodness. Yeah, the SA just backs up into the field. So this is a very different race than we have seen before here for these 4Wide Motorsports Modified Tour. Most of these races we've seen this season, Emmett, have been most likely green for most of the races, not having too many incidents, not having too many cautions, but it's a different story here tonight at Southern National.
Yeah, definitely. And I think what we need to pay attention to also, how's the time limit going on this session?
Yeah, that's one thing I was looking at earlier.
So we got 20 minutes left.
Well, it looks like to me, it says that the session is open for an hour and 50 minutes. I'm not sure if some of that is other things, but we might have some extra time there. Not sure how that is all going to work out. Try to keep you updated, race fans, as best we can. Green flag is out for Kyle Dumas once more. Zelstra trying to get to the inside as quick as possible. He'll make it work down to the bottom. Carlson will let him have it. So Alan Zelstra moves to second place.
Yeah, Zelstra with the move. I'll tell you, he's got Red Bull on the car and it's supposed to give him wings, but he had wings right there scooting across and got in front of Carlson and put it in the number 2 hole.
Put it into the second place position. And here Ryan Smith hounding the back bumper of Robert Eversole. Then it's Nicholas Moley moving his way back up through this field after having some troubles on one of the earlier cautions. He's running in 6th as of this moment, trying to fend off Joshua Tressler right behind.
Yeah, look at Eversole. Eversole's caught up to Carlson. Now that's interesting for points, Scott, if we think about it right here.
Yeah, Eversole sitting 4th in the point standings right now, trying to get as many as he can, and definitely wants to finish in front of Carlson because, again, Carlson sits atop those charts right now. You saw Eversole right there snag the wall on the back straightaway, on the front straightaway, and that's opened the door here for Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith is fast. He qualified on the outside of the front row for a reason.
Definitely fast. We've seen that today is Zelstra. I think Zelstra got a little loose right there as he had a big checkup, and that's going to allow Carlson to actually catch up to the back bumper of Zelstra.
Yeah, this is 2nd through 5th position right now, and if you're wondering where Kyle Dumas is, he's 1.8 seconds out in front of these machines. And so Zelstra, Carlson, Eversole, and Smith continue to run 2nd through 5th. It's great racing for now. The door opens for Ryan Smith on Eversole, and so Smith moves himself back up into 4th, trying to get back to where he was earlier in this race.
Yeah, definitely a great move by Smith. And as we saw, Smith had the speed early on, but been caught up in a couple accidents. So great to see him back up here in the top 5.
Great to see him back, a driver that we have not seen yet before. Moley, another one of those drivers trying to get back into the top 5. We saw him fighting for second earlier on with TJ Spainhour. He had a problem on the outside, and that relegated him back to the 6th and 7th position, and he's in 6th now, trying to get back to that position. He'll have to battle with Eversole to get that. Meanwhile, Hunter Carlson has been gaining on Alan Zelstra for this second spot. Hunter Carlson hounding that back bumper. This is a battle for second on the racetrack, but it's a battle between the first and second in points as of this moment. Overall, after 5 races in this season, Carlson leads it right in front of Zelstra.
Yeah, and Zelstra's going to get those points for passing Carlson, and that's really going to help him as we have another caution out on the track, and I believe it's Spainhour again.
Yeah, caution out yet again, and it might be for Terry W. Spainhour. I believe this is just yet another incident that he has been involved in here. And yep, he's going to get loose off of turn 2 yet again. I mean, that looks identical to last time.
Yeah, exactly identical. And yeah, it got loose right there and just smacked the wall. And as we see, I see some cars coming into pit road.
Yeah, Jonathan, cars coming into pit road. What have they been saying about this pit road all night long? Cansdale is in. And we're not sure if Fireman, he might be having a hot dog in the infield. And so he might be enjoying some of the staples of the racetrack. And so we'll let him enjoy for this moment. Cansdale comes in for what I believe is the second time of the night. Ryan Smith also coming in, so an odd time to pit for Ryan Smith. Wayne Cannon, also a driver coming into the pit lane. And Ryan Smith pits from running 4th. I wonder if he's trying to boot on a new set of shoes and go out there and be stronger than the rest of these drivers in it.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that's what he's doing because, you got to find that edge to get or catch Dumas. And maybe that could be it. Get fresher tires and he'll have more grip. Definitely. Great call from Smith.
I think it's definitely not a bad idea for these drivers. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be back in just a moment with the rest of this action. here, back here at Southern National for this Studio 86 125. We've run 79 of those 125 laps so far, and Kyle Dumas has led them all. Then the battle back for second is 1.7 seconds back with Alan Zelstra and Hunter Carlson, your two current points leaders in the championship standings.
Yeah, definitely. As we see, Zelstra and Carlson have been battling for second for quite a while. And Carlson just trying to get to that inside line, trying to make it work, but he's not going to be able to do it, dude.
Yeah, Carlson just not able to find this speed here. And I want to give a big thanks to Whiplash SimCams for providing our cameras here in the iRacing session tonight. It's an upgrade that we've got here on Elevated TV from now on out. And we just want to give a huge shout out to them, where Whiplash SimCams, for these setup shots. And they are epic and have given us an excellent racing product so far for all of you race fans out there, and we thank you all for joining. We got a shout out to Studio 86, obviously our title sponsor of this race tonight, so big thanks to Studio 86. Go check them out if you haven't already. Look it up on the web. And so again, a big thanks to the 10 of you race fans watching along right now. I know we'll have more later on, and we thank all of you for joining. And a car around, you said, Emmett, no caution though, and now it flies. Caution around, it's the 36 of Joshua Tressler.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off, Scott, right there, but
that's
yeah,
okay.
I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and yeah, Tressler, as we've already seen, we just see him around right there. Now we're going to get a look at him. It looked like he just got. Well, we're going to take.
There we go.
There it is, right there. There it is. He just got loose right there, and Ryan Smith.
Oh man, big
And
contact with him
Spanauer.
and Terry J. Spanauer after the caution. And so Ryan Smith had just come down pit road a moment ago trying to play strategy, and the night continues to be abysmal for Gerald Berlin. It looks like he cannot get out of these incidents.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, it'll be interesting to hear what Mr. Gerald has to say, because I tell you, he can get a little fired up after these races.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those things. He's just been at the wrong place at the wrong time. Really hasn't caused any of these incidents. You know, we saw him spin one time, but really everything else has been not of his own doing. And you saw Ryan. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Riley. Ryan Smith had just come to pit road to try to play some strategy, pick up some tires, and work through this field to have something to battle with Kyle Dumas, and gets involved there in a late race incident. And that might end his day in terms of the hunt for this win. And yes, he will. He's disconnected from the session, Emmett.
Yeah, and I believe we have Jonathan back. Jonathan, are you? I believe you're here. What are they saying in the pits?
I have not got a chance to really talk to anybody because most of them were super busy. So as soon as I talk to somebody, I will let you know.
All right, yes, sir. Thank you, Scott. And look, we're back green.
Back to green flag here. 87 laps complete of 125. We'll complete that lap here right now, but a battle against the mid-pack right now. It is this 089 in the middle of the pack. It's Bradley Young. He's trying to battle up. He started way back in 13th at the start of this race, and he is up to 7th so far. He's having to hold off Tucker Shirelicki. Shirelicki, a fast driver. Then up here, Nicholas Mole has finally broken into that top 5. He's holding off Tyler Allwart and trying to get this spot on Robert Eversole.
Yeah, why? Yeah, we look at Molly right here. He's caught up to Eversole, but yeah, he's got his back rear end. We got a car around.
Car around in the backfield. I think that was Bradley Young spinning off of turn number 2. He will take it to the pit lane, and we will stay caution free. So Bradley Young, he actually keeps it out on track. I think he managed to save it somehow, and he didn't get the inside wall. and so saves it and able to keep it straight. That will keep us green out on track here tonight. This is Nicholas Moley running in 5th. Then it's Eversole, Carlson, Zelstra, and your leader of Kyle Dumas.
Yeah, definitely. As we see Eversole, he's caught up to Carlson and trying to make that move. But here comes Moley. That's going to open the door for Moley. He says, I want in on this party, as the battle is really heating up for second, Scott.
Yeah, Hunter Carlson right there. He's trying to get to the back of Zelstra, but he's got a few tenths of a second between them. The battle really here right now. Back, this is, I think it's Tyler Allwart. Yes, Tyler Allwart to the inside, or excuse me, to the outside. That's Shireliki down on the inside trying to get this position. Shireliki, a fast driver here in this 4-wide Motorsports Whelen Modified Tour. And he hasn't had the best of luck tonight. He's been caught up in some incidents trying to break into the top 5. He'll set his sights towards Nicholas Moley to break into that top 5.
Yeah, definitely try to catch up to Moley to get up to the top 5. But as you see the gap, I mean, we look at it's a second, 1.8 second lead for Dumas, and I don't know if anybody's ever going. I don't know if anybody's going to ever catch him.
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, we've had a lot of cautions to bring him back into this field, and every single time he has jumped out to a stellar lead. So I think, I mean, right now it's all for the taking for Dumas. 99 laps complete. We go just over 25 laps to go. And so the battle up front is non-existent at all. Hunter Carlson, Alan Zelstra and Hunter Carlson a little bit apart here up for the battle for second. Carlson, again, your championship leader right now. Zelstra trying to have a better points day to reel in that gap between the two of them in terms of those championship standings.
Yeah, definitely. It's really heating up as we think about, as we got a car around. I believe that's Bradley Young again.
Bradley Young spins yet again down on the bottom, and yes, it is him. You know, I've noticed we've got a few blue and pink cars. You wouldn't think that would be a common combination, but we've got a few of them. He's battling on the inside of Joshua Tressler, and yep, just tries to get too much on the exit.
Yeah, just try to get too much on the exit, and just the car just spun around on him, and gives us a break as we see, looks like Allbort's going to come in and make his pit stop. Jonathan, what's Allbort saying?
I don't know, I think they might be talking right now. And so another driver, Joshua Tressler, also into the pit lane. And so Jonathan goes in down to the pit lane. He's talking to Tyler Allwart right now, trying to see if we can get some information with those drivers. Joshua Tressler, another one of them. Looks like he's taking all 4 tires right now and fuel on that number 36. We got Tressler rolling off of the pit lane as of this moment. He's had an up and down day. He was running earlier in 5th, then he was back in the back, then he was up near the top 5 again, and now he's back near the back. So it's really been up and down for him, Emmett.
Yeah, definitely. Now we have...
we got Jonathan back, and Jonathan, you got to talk to Allward. What'd he say?
Oh, yeah, he said he took 4 tires and no fuel.
4 tires, no fuel. Won't really need it. 25 laps to go in this race. They've got enough to be able to make it. And with all these caution laps, they've definitely been able to save fuel. But I imagine that's not something they have been thinking about tonight. I know it says 11 right there, but I think that was after we got the SDK timing going. I think we've had a total of 13 here tonight. So not too optimal, but Southern National has still put on a show. But it's been all about Kyle Dumas out front. And the battle has really been at this spot for second.
Yeah, it's really been. All right, sweet. So there we go. As we see that we still have about, about 50 minutes left in the race. So we're going to get in about an hour left. So we're going to get this in, Scott.
We're going to get in all of these laps. We know we had that issue with Concord. This is Hunter Carlson. Tries to get to the bottom, but Zelstra had the momentum on the top side of turn number 2. That solidifies them second and third. Meanwhile, Shireliki now works into the top 5 for the first time today. And excuse me, he's right outside still the top 5. Emmett, he's in 6th.
You're good. Yeah, he's really caught up to Molly, and he's really trying to.
Oh,
that's another caution.
That was TJ Spainhour, loose out of turn number 2, collects the 29 of Wayne Cannon. And man, these drivers just cannot escape the trickiness of turn 2.
Yeah, definitely. Turn 2, you know, we think, I think kind of like Darlington, you know, they say that wall will come out and bite you, but that turn 2 has come out and bit these drivers. Or like the Miles the Monster will come up and snatch these guys up. So, yeah, they just can't navigate it, Scott.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for all this going on right now, I'd say there's oil on the track, but a lot of these drivers just making very similar mistakes. It's so easy to overstep that corner. And so it happens there for TJ Spainhour. It looks like he's going to go out of this race. Finally calls it a night after so many incidents.
Yeah, Jonathan, what are they saying?
He's in the pit road session.
I thought he was out of it. Oh, he's back. Okay.
So, single file still on this field. When we come around right here, it'll be 21 laps to go, and we'll see if the caution lights come off on the pace car. And yes, they will. It'll be 1 to go this time by, so when we take the green, it will be 20 laps left to complete. And it's been the show, the Kyle Dumas show. He's led all 104 laps so far in this race. Can he lead the last 20?
Watch Zelstra right here, Scott. He is right up on the back bumper of Dumas. This is go time right here. Let's see if he can catch him.
Go time. They added a lap there. It looks like the timing screen might have been off there, so it'll be 21 to go now. Basically 20 and a half down the back straightaway. Come across to complete here. It'll be 20 laps to go for Dumas. Shireliki still battling in 6th. Cansdale trying to get to the inside of Shireliki. Berlin in the back has a moment with Allwart. He's in the outside ball and the caution flies.
Yeah, we see Gerald Berlin once again. I think this is the 5th caution he's been involved in. And just not having a good night out there, Scott.
Yeah, just really having a rough night. And that's what we talked about earlier. Berlin just really has just been in the wrong place. Yogi Schreller, they're coming in the backfield, gets over that left rear of Berlin. And yeah, just Berlin been on the unlucky side of the draw tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And, hate to see that for Gerald. Such a great guy. And, but yeah, tough break for that 70 team.
Really tough break for him, and he's been running so consistently. He's in 7th in the point standings right now, and so today is not really going to help him out too much. And I think this is really going to help out Dumas. Obviously, he's been running first all night. He's 9th in the standings right now, 71 points back from Hunter Carlson. But I think he definitely wants Zelstra and Carlson to have a bit of a mistake.
Yeah, definitely wants them to have a mistake, but I've been watching Zelstra, and the last restart, he was right up on the back bumper of Dumas, because Dumas was trying to get that stack up. But, I just don't think this race is over, Scott. I think Zelstra or Carlson's got something for Dumas.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he will have anything here for Dumas. And so what do you expect over these last laps, Emmett?
You know what I'm thinking, Scott, is we're going to have a lot of action. I think, will Dumas be able to navigate? I mean, he's been able to navigate all night long, turn 2. But now that the laps are winding down and there's more pressure on him, is he going to be able to navigate turn 2? And that will be interesting for sure.
It'll definitely be interesting to see how they will try to navigate the latter half of this race. And so it'll be 19 to go as they cross the stripe. will try to click them off here as they go. Dumas continues to command.
Dumas into the wall, Scott, right there. It looked like he got a little too high, hit the wall, just brushed it. But he's able to pull away as we take a look at the 29 of Wayne Cannon and the 17 of Daniel Monfu Jones right here. Oh, man, big tire smoke coming from, I believe, Tressler.
A little bit of extracurricular going on in the back of this field. Eversole currently running in fourth, trying to solidify himself a top 5 here tonight. Wants to try to make his way around Hunter Carlson, but he's going to have to defend from Nicholas Moley first.
Yeah, Moley really coming up on Eversole as we see, as we see Carlson get into the wall just a hair. But I think, you know what? This might be Kyle Dumas' show, and I don't know if anybody's going to be able to catch him as we see the battle for third heating up between Carlson, Eversole, and Moley, Scott.
The battle is heating up between Moley and there with Robert Eversole. And so they continue to battle it out, man. These top 2 through 5 have been close together all night long. They have not been able to get away from each other, but they really also haven't been able to pass each other.
Yeah, they really haven't been able to pass, and that really is quite concerning. Seeing how these guys have just, ran single file. And that's what has allowed Dumas to just jump out and just purely dominate this race. I mean, that's what's caused that to happen with all these battles from 2 to 5 heating up. He's just able to just say, bye-bye, I'm going to the checker flag.
Oh, my goodness. A lot going on here tonight. Carlson continues to get to this back bumper. He's going to open the door, tries to go to the inside. Zelstra's going to give him the lane. They're both sideways off of turn number 2. And you can see there when Zelstra commits to the high line, he's able to get just enough speed to be able to clear Hunter Carlson. That's why it's been so difficult here tonight for Carlson to try to get past him.
Yeah, it's been really difficult for Carlson trying to get past Zelstra as we have another caution out on the speedway.
What looks like to be the 16th caution, it's Austin Pack. Winner from last week has had a rough go here tonight. He was running in the top 5 earlier before that big incident, and he's now 1 lap down. He was 3 laps down. He's been slowly getting them back over these cautions, and look at it again. Loose out of turn number 2. It can look at how many tire tracks we have leading down to that one wall.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that turn 2 is going to play a factor in this finish, Scott. I really do. I believe that, and we'll see if it plays out.
And look, we've got a lot of stuff coming up here for us at Elevated TV, and one of those things will be the World Series of Asphalt that we've got coming from New Smyrna. It will be from February 21st all the way to the 1st, so that starts this Friday and will go all the way until the next Saturday. So we really would love for you to join us here. We'll have stuff going on every night, all for the week long. It's going to be so much fun. If you enjoyed the World Series of Asphalt in real life on Flow Racing, well, you'll enjoy our World Series of Asphalt here with Elevated TV. And so we ask that you join in if you're enjoying the action so far. Again, we know we've had a bit of a few cautions tonight, and thank you, race fans, for hanging with us. We're going to get this one in. When we come to the flag, it'll be 8 laps to go here, and we continue to say it. Dumas has been commanding out front. Green flag flies.
Yeah, green flag flies, and we see Dumas get another great launch, but this time Zelstra was catching him right there, and it just seemed like Dumas wasn't able to pull away really like he has all night, Scott.
Yeah, Dumas not able to pull away the same as he did before. Quick caution flies again.
That's
Wayne Cannon,
in the 29.
And you know what I'm going to guess? I'm going to guess that Wayne Cannon got loose out of turn 4.
Yeah, as we see right here, coming down into the turn.
He has a little bit of contact.
Oh, man!
So my guess was correct about him getting loose, but it wasn't of his own doing. He had a bit of contact with Shireliki there. And so they have an issue there. And you know what I've noticed has been very interesting? We have not been clicking off laps under caution. And so that is one reason that this race has gone on for so much tonight. And I've got to record a podcast after this. I better get some cough drops and some more water.
Yeah, definitely get the water.
I was gonna say I've gone through about 2 tonight, and I know you have as well, Emmett. But you know, that's what we're here for. That's our job, and we'll stick with it all race long. It'll be 6 laps left to go. We had a quick short shoot there. Can we make it all the way to the end? I'm gonna guess no.
Yeah, I don't think we will either.
He'll take it away for what may be, I think, the 17th time. And he'll jump out to a great lead. Joshua Tressler battles with the inside here of Tyler Allwart.
Oh,
they go side by side in a turn number 3. Allwart not having the lane. That'll open the door for Bradley Young. This is the battle for 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Yeah, as we see this battle heating up, as it's between Cansdale, Tressler, and look at Austin Cansdale up in there. You know, he's had tough luck all night, but look at him back up there fighting. And I believe he's in 6th. Wow.
He's in 6th. He's had some issues tonight, but able to work himself into the top 10. Hunter Carlson was battling with Zelstra just a moment ago. Got way loose. Was able to save it. You saw Eversole there get the wall a little bit. He's having to defend from Nicholas Moley. So these top 4 have been a staple night, and I say the top 4, they're 2nd through 5th, because let's not forget, Kyle Dumas is still out on this racetrack. They'll take the white flag this time around. One more for Kyle Dumas. He has led every single lap of this race, and it's looking like he'll lead the last one. Kyle Dumas will come around to win for the 2nd time.
Yeah, what a drive by Dumas, you know. It was all about the restarts, and that's what gave him the advantage.
And those restarts really gave him an advantage. Kyle Dumas will bring it down here, and let's see if he'll do some victory burnouts. And yes, he will. He'll celebrate in that new paint scheme on that number 15, and so hits his 2nd win of the season so far. And I'm going to take a swing at it, Emmett. I think this is definitely going to jump him up in the championship standings.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when the standings come out. See how far he's climbed up and see how the points look, because there's definitely going to be some movers and shakers in these points, Scott.
Yeah, definitely going to be shooken up will be those points, and we'll get to those next week when we come back for our race next week. And it was an exciting one here. It was a long one, and but we made it to the end. And so I think we had everything we possibly could have seen here tonight. Get you with our unofficial results. These were the practice results, and so we'll try to pull up here the race results. And here we go. We're getting them up. SDK a little bit new to Cody. He was able to get them up on the fly, so we're thankful that he knows how to work that and get it all around. So he'll work on getting your official results up at this moment. But Emmett, your thoughts on tonight?
Cautions breed cautions, and that's definitely what we were thinking. And also, I think, like I said, they heard us complaining about not having as many cautions last week, and they were like, okay, we'll do that this week. But
hey, I don't know about you, but I don't remember complaining. I might have in the back of my head. Well, Kyle Dumas wins it here again. Alan Zelstra in second. Third and fourth was Carlson and Eversole. Fifth and sixth was Moley and Cansdale. Seventh, eighth was Joshua Tressler, Bradley Young, and rounding out the top 10, Tyler Allward. And look at that, Gerald Berlin.
Yeah, Gerald Berlin going to bring her home in 10th. And then Daniel Mindfood Jones 11th. Yogi Schleer in 12th. Austin Pack in 13th. Wayne Cannon in 14th. 15th, Tucker Shirelicki. 16th, TJ Spainhauer. Ryan Smith in 18th. And Terry Spainhauer rounding out the top 18. 19th, Tristan Thena. Denise.
DSA.
And that's DSA. Yeah, DSA. That's what it is.
So that was your 19 car field here tonight. And we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll get the interview with your winner, Kyle Dumas. Back here at Southern National, and we've got your winner, Kyle Dumas, in the booth with us here after what was a long race, but you led every single lap, Kyle. What was it like out there? I know we saw a lot of times after every restart, you jump out to a huge lead, the pack would pull you back, and you do it again. Take me through this race, because I know it was definitely not something we normally see.
Well, I do a bunch of just fun races with the SKs and my favorite car, so I figured out over time the best way to dive into turn one, and that's just wash up and then shoot back down. You can almost hold it full throttle, and you'll have a run out the corner. So
So
that helped big time.
Did you do that every single lap or just the restart?
Mainly just the restarts to get the lead, and then as we were going, I'm like, all right, let's hold it back a little bit.
So we were talking about those restarts, Kyle, and the launches, I know you were shaking, like you said, when we were talking under commercial, that you're sitting in a pool of sweat now. What was going through your mind? Just were you thinking about, like, what if worst case scenario, I get involved in these wrecks?
My main concern was just who was behind me. I know I got a few taps a couple of times, so my main concern was one of those taps was just too much and I'd lose the rear end and around I would go. Luckily didn't. Um, I know a couple of times one of those bumps, I think it was from Allen, he shot me to the end of the corner faster, so that helped a bunch. But it's just scary the entire time, hoping I would not be, hoping I was not the next caution, hoping that the guy behind me liked my presence.
Were you worried
Well,
about?
you're
Were you worried
currently
about?
ninth in the point standings right now, 71 points back from Carlson, but I think this is going to give you a significant jump over some of those other drivers. Do you think you still have a chance to maybe go out and fight for this championship?
Sadly, no, I will not be here the last 2 weeks.
No, Kyle!
I'm leaving Thursday for a trip down to Aruba, and I will not make it back for the next 2 Mondays, sadly, as a family vacation. And now that you just tell me I'm top 10 in points and I still might have a shot, it hurts.
Oh,
But
man. Well, hopefully we'll
Oh
get
man.
another season and we'll get to see you back.
I plan on being back. This is one of the most fun. I think this is the most fun I've had in the league ever. I can actually keep up with the guys. I can actually pull off a win, and which in leagues prior I have never been able to do. I've been a sub 20 car every time.
Well, we're glad to have you, and congratulations. 2 wins on the season. A great performance for you. We'll be excited to see you back.
I'm excited to continue racing.
Well, that was Kyle Dumas, your winner tonight. And before we end here on Elevated TV from this Fwm Motorsports Whelen Modified Tour race at Southern National, the Studio 86 125, we do want to shout out those races that we have upcoming. It will be the Southern Family 92. We've got starting this Friday. That is a benefit race for the Southern family. They've gone through tragedy, and so all entry fees will go to their family. And so we ask that you join, and if you're not racing, we ask that you donate. And we would really love all of that support. And I know that Cody previewed some of that more in detail last week. And then we've got upcoming that will be the New Smyrna World Series of Asphalt, the 21st of February all the way to March 1st. We'll have racing every single night. And so please come back to join us. And Cody, producer in my ear, anything else I need to mention tonight? He thinks I'm good. I think I've covered it all. Big thanks to Whiplash SimCams for providing our cameras, and big thanks to Studio 86, the title sponsor of this race tonight. That'll do it for us here at Elevated. We'll see you on Friday.
Scott, before we go, I think
I've got one last thing. Emmett, what's up?
I think we're going to be in the booth for that race Friday night, right? I believe.
Sadly, I am not. I have a prior commitment, and I know you're going to be there, and I know that Cody is going to get someone for you, but sadly, I've got a prior commitment. I've got another league.
Man.
I know. So upsetting. But me and Emmett will be back together for sure next Monday when we go to Lanier for this Fwm Motorsports Whelen Modified Tour, and we'll see you there.